The accelerated learning cycle is an immersive learning journey that helps you unlock your potential and rapidly develop new skills and knowledge. It's an adaptive and engaging approach that allows you to learn at your own pace, tailoring the experience to your unique needs and preferences. Through a variety of methods and techniques, you'll have an immersive experience that deepens your understanding and helps you retain what you've learned. This cycle is designed to accelerate your skill development and knowledge retention, empowering you to achieve your goals more efficiently. Accelerated learning is a set of techniques and strategies that enable individuals to learn new skills and knowledge quickly and effectively. It involves engaging multiple senses, such as sight, sound, and movement, to create a more immersive and memorable learning experience. Accelerated learning aims to optimize cognitive processes like attention, memory, and problem-solving to enhance the learning process. The image shows a group of people working together on a new skill, using various learning aids like whiteboards, visual aids, and interactive technology, with a positive, energetic atmosphere. Accelerated learning techniques help the mind better encode and retrieve information, leading to improved long-term knowledge retention. By optimizing the learning process, accelerated learning allows individuals to gain new skills and competencies more quickly and effectively. Accelerated learning approaches tap into the learner's natural curiosity and make the learning experience more dynamic and enjoyable. The core principles of accelerated learning are active engagement, multisensory approach, spaced repetition, and goal-oriented learning. Active engagement means involving the learner through interactive activities, discussions, and practical application. A multisensory approach incorporates visual, auditory, and kinesthetic elements to cater to different learning preferences. Spaced repetition distributes learning over time through regular, spaced practice to enhance long-term retention. Goal-oriented learning aligns activities with clear, achievable goals to provide a sense of purpose and direction. These principles work together to create an effective learning experience that is engaging, memorable, and impactful. Visual learners prefer information presented through images, diagrams, and visual aids. They often excel at visualizing concepts and retaining information through memory techniques like mind mapping. Auditory learners thrive on information delivered through lectures, discussions, and audio recordings. They can benefit from techniques like mnemonics and verbally explaining concepts to solidify understanding. Kinesthetic learners learn best through hands-on experience, physical movement, and practical application. They may find it helpful to incorporate role-playing, simulations, and opportunities for active engagement. Multimodal learners benefit from a combination of visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learning methods. Incorporating diverse learning modalities can enhance their overall comprehension and retention. Understanding the different learning styles and preferences of your audience can help you design more effective and engaging learning experiences. Engaging multiple senses is crucial for accelerated learning. Visual aids, tactile elements, music, and other sensory inputs can stimulate the brain and make learning more immersive. When learners engage sight, sound, touch, and even smell and taste, they create richer memories and associations that strengthen understanding. This slide emphasizes the importance of activating multiple senses to enhance the learning experience. Activating prior knowledge helps learners connect new information to what they already understand, building a stronger foundation for comprehension and retention. By tapping into existing knowledge, we can identify any misconceptions or gaps that need to be addressed before introducing new concepts. Engaging learners' prior knowledge makes the learning process more personally relevant and interesting, increasing their motivation and attention. When learners can link new information to their existing mental models, they can process and retain it more efficiently, accelerating the learning process. Achieving goals starts with defining them clearly and specifically. Avoid vague or open-ended objectives. Set deadlines for your goals to create a sense of urgency and momentum. Reasonable timelines will help you stay on track. Break down larger goals into smaller, actionable steps you can take. This makes the path forward more manageable. Challenge yourself to reach beyond your comfort zone, but ensure the goals are still attainable. Pushing yourself is key to growth. The combination of specific, time-bound, actionable, and challenging goals will help you make steady progress towards your objectives. Effective learning requires continuous feedback and practice to master new material. Immediate feedback from instructors or peers helps identify areas for improvement and make real-time adjustments to your understanding. Hands-on activities and exercises reinforce what you've learned and build practical expertise through deliberate practice. Sharing knowledge and insights with classmates promotes deeper learning and critical thinking by tackling problems collectively. Spaced repetition is a powerful learning technique that involves studying information in multiple, separated sessions rather than cramming it all at once. By revisiting material at carefully timed intervals, you can significantly improve long-term memory and recall. Algorithms can create customized repetition schedules based on your individual learning pace and needs, optimizing your retention. The illustration on the slide shows a brain with light bulbs representing memory and learning against a background of gears and cogs representing a spaced repetition system. Self-awareness is key to accelerating your progress. Reflect on your own learning process and be aware of how you think and learn. Analyze your performance to identify your strengths and weaknesses. This allows you to tailor your learning strategies. Monitor your progress and understand what learning tactics work best for you, then continuously refine your approach. Regularly reflect on your learning journey and make adjustments. This enables you to optimize your accelerated learning process. The AGES model highlights 4 key principles for accelerated learning: attention, generation, encoding, and strengthening. This framework emphasizes actively engaging the learner and reinforcing knowledge over time. The PACT framework focuses on the learning cycle of preparation, activation, consolidation, and transformation. It encourages learners to actively prepare, engage, reflect, and apply new knowledge. The AGES model outlines 4 key principles for accelerated learning: attention. Focus the learner's mind on the material. Generation. Allow the learner to actively create their own understanding. Encoding. Embed the information into the learner's memory. Strengthening. Reinforce the learned material through spaced repetition. By following this model, organizations can create highly effective and efficient learning experiences. The 4 principles work together to maximize the learner's engagement and retention. Attention is crucial for effective learning. It allows us to focus and engage with the material. We want to stay present and focused, rather than letting our minds wander. Novel and interesting information naturally captures our attention and sparks curiosity. Approaching learning with a sense of discovery and inquiry helps us stay engaged. Actively participating through questioning, discussion, and application solidifies our understanding. The generation phase of accelerated learning is all about actively engaging with new information, making connections, and applying concepts to generate insights. This involves creative exploration, where learners explore ideas, experiment with different solutions, and generate their own unique understanding through active participation and knowledge creation. Collaborative learning is also key. Discussion, debate, and exchanging perspectives with others helps learners generate new understandings and build deeper mastery of the subject. The goal is for learners to go beyond just passively absorbing information and to actively generate their own knowledge and insights. Encoding is the process of capturing and storing information in our memory. Effective encoding uses attention-grabbing sensory cues to make the material more distinctive and memorable. Relating new information to what we already know and finding personal relevance helps cement it in our long-term memory. Engaging multiple senses, like sight, sound, and touch, creates richer, more distinctive memories. Practicing and reviewing material repeatedly beyond the point of initial mastery, known as overlearning, further strengthens the encoding process. The key to strengthening memory and learning is consolidating new information into long-term memory through repeated practice and retrieval. Spaced repetition, where practice is distributed over time rather than massed together, is more effective for long-term retention. Interleaving different types of practice helps build connections between concepts and develop flexible understanding. Actively recalling information through techniques like practice tests is more beneficial for long-term memory than passive review or rereading. Consistent, distributed practice with varied retrieval is crucial for transforming new knowledge. The PACT framework outlines 4 interconnected steps for effective learning and skill development. Preparation involves setting clear learning goals, assessing prior knowledge, and creating a conducive learning environment. Activation engages the senses, activates prior knowledge, and creates mental connections to new information. Consolidation reviews, reflects on, and reinforces the learned material through practice, feedback, and spaced repetition. Transformation applies the learned knowledge and skills to new contexts and continues to refine and improve performance. This cyclical framework emphasizes the importance of a holistic approach to learning, where each step builds upon and reinforces the others. The key focus of this slide is assessing the learning needs and goals for the training or course. We want to identify the specific knowledge, skills, or competencies that need to be developed through the learning experience. This involves carefully analyzing the target audience, their current level of understanding, and the desired outcomes. Gathering relevant resources is also critical, curating learning materials, tools, and any necessary technology or equipment. Finally, we'll outline a detailed plan, including the steps, timeline, and strategies to optimize the learning experience and ensure the goals are met. The goal is to create a structured, targeted, and effective learning program tailored to the specific needs of the participants. Engage the senses of your audience to capture their attention and boost engagement. Use visuals, audio, tactile experiences, and even scents to create a multisensory learning environment. Pique their curiosity by presenting thought-provoking questions, puzzles, or challenges. Encourage them to explore and discover new concepts on their own. Tap into positive emotions like excitement, joy, and wonder to create memorable learning experiences. Emotional engagement can enhance information retention and transfer. Foster active learning by getting the audience involved through discussions, hands-on activities, or collaborative exercises. Active participation strengthens understanding and retention. The consolidation phase is crucial for transforming new information into long-term memory. Actively reviewing the material, reflecting on key takeaways, and connecting new information to existing knowledge helps cement the learning. Spaced repetition, where content is revisited at strategic intervals, further strengthens the consolidation process. Applying the learned concepts to new contexts and situations helps cement understanding and facilitates the transfer of knowledge. Transformation is about acquiring new perspectives and reevaluating our deeply held beliefs and assumptions. It leads to lasting changes in our behavior, mindset, and abilities that we can apply in new contexts. Through transformational learning, we can experience significant personal and professional growth and development. The image symbolizes this process of enlightenment and personal growth. Mnemonics are powerful memory techniques that transform abstract information into easy-to-remember associations. Things like acronyms, rhymes, or visualizing memorable imagery can help cement information in your mind. Mind mapping is a great way to organize information visually, taking advantage of how the brain naturally remembers patterns and relationships. Visualizing information as a vivid mental image with sensory details creates strong memory anchors that are easier to recall. These techniques leverage different aspects of how the brain works to improve memory and recall. Mnemonics are powerful memory techniques that help us remember information more easily by creating associations with things we already know. One type of mnemonic is using memory hooks, linking new information to familiar objects, creating visual associations, or using memory aids. Another effective mnemonic is creating acronyms or acrostics, forming words or phrases from the first letters of a list. Visualization and imagery can also make information more memorable by picturing visual representations, like an image or a story. These techniques tap into how our brains naturally process and remember information, making it a valuable tool for improving recall. Visualization is a powerful learning tool that involves creating mental images or visual representations to aid understanding and retention of information. By visualizing concepts, ideas, or processes, learners can better comprehend and remember the material. This is because visualization engages the brain's visual processing capabilities, enabling more effective encoding and retrieval of information. The visual elements on this slide represent the abstract and complex nature of the information that can be effectively conveyed through visualization techniques. Visualization is a valuable strategy for accelerating learning and helping learners grasp and retain information more effectively. The physical environment is crucial for sparking curiosity and inspiration in learners. Aim to create a space with visual aids, interactive elements, and flexible seating that encourages exploration and engagement. Cultivating a supportive, judgment-free culture is key to helping learners feel empowered to take risks and dive into new concepts. Foster an atmosphere of psychological safety where everyone feels comfortable contributing. Collaborative learning leverages the collective knowledge and diverse perspectives of the group. Encourage discussions, peer-to-peer teaching, and teamwork to deepen understanding and drive learning. Together, these elements, an engaging physical space, a supportive psychological environment, and collaborative learning activities, work to create an accelerated learning experience for your audience. This slide introduces the key elements of creating an accelerated learning environment. The first element is an engaging physical space, one that sparks curiosity and inspiration through visual aids, interactive elements, and flexible seating. The second element is psychological safety, cultivating a supportive, judgment-free culture where learners feel empowered to take risks and explore new concepts. The third element is collaborative learning, encouraging group discussions, peer-to-peer teaching, and teamwork to leverage the collective knowledge and diverse perspectives of the learners. These three elements work together to create a dynamic, engaging learning environment that accelerates the learning process. Ergonomic workspaces are crucial for learner comfort and productivity during sessions. Ensure desks, chairs, and computer setups are designed to prevent fatigue and strain. Incorporate sensory-stimulating elements like plants, art, and natural lighting to create an engaging and energizing learning environment. This can help keep learners focused and motivated. Arrange the space flexibly to accommodate different learning activities, individual work, small group collaboration, and large group discussions as needed. This adaptability supports varied learning styles. Minimize distractions like clutter and noise to help learners stay fully immersed in the material. A clean, focused environment promotes better engagement and knowledge retention. Psychological safety is about creating an environment where people feel comfortable expressing ideas, taking risks, and admitting mistakes without fear of judgment or repercussions. It's about fostering open, honest, and constructive dialogue where team members feel their voices are heard and valued. A psychologically safe team promotes a culture of shared learning, where mistakes are seen as opportunities to grow and improve rather than failures. Ultimately, it's about building an atmosphere of mutual trust, respect, and support where people feel safe to take chances and be vulnerable. Establishing psychological safety is key to enabling innovation, collaboration, and high performance within teams. Collaborative learning is an effective approach that encourages students to work together and build a shared understanding of the subject matter. By actively participating in discussions and exchanging ideas, students develop critical thinking skills and a deeper engagement with the material. Bringing together learners with diverse backgrounds and experiences creates a richer learning environment and broadens everyone's understanding. Collaborative learning fosters an environment where students can learn from each other, challenge each other's perspectives, and develop a more comprehensive grasp of the topic. Embracing an iterative mindset is crucial for continuous improvement. We should always be seeking ways to refine and enhance our accelerated learning practices. Regularly collecting feedback from learners, colleagues, and experts is key to identifying areas for improvement. We can use this input to inform our ongoing optimization efforts. Establishing clear metrics to track the effectiveness of our accelerated learning strategies is important. We should regularly review performance data to guide our decisions and ensure we're making meaningful progress. The image on this slide depicts a modern office environment with graphs, charts, and analytics displayed on computer screens, suggesting the importance of data-driven decision-making and continuous improvement. Implementing accelerated learning is a strategic process that involves several key steps. First, we need to assess our current learning practices and identify areas that could be improved. Next, we'll develop a structured, accelerated learning strategy tailored to the specific needs of our organization. We'll then pilot this approach, testing it out and gathering feedback to refine our methods. Finally, we'll gradually scale the accelerated learning approach across the entire organization. This structured process allows us to maximize the benefits of accelerated learning while continuously improving our techniques. The goal of this slide is to outline the key steps we'll take to assess our current learning practices and identify areas for improvement. First, we'll conduct an audit of our existing learning programs and resources to understand their strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities. Next, we'll gather and analyze data on learner engagement, satisfaction, knowledge retention, and performance. This will help us evaluate the effectiveness of our current approaches. We'll also collect feedback directly from learners, instructors, and other stakeholders. Their perspectives will be invaluable in identifying ways to enhance our learning programs. Finally, we'll benchmark our current practices against industry best practices and high-performing organizations. This will give us a clear sense of where we stand and what we can do to raise the bar. By following this comprehensive assessment process, we'll gain a deep understanding of our current state and be well-positioned to develop an impactful learning strategy going forward. Accelerated learning is a powerful approach to boost knowledge acquisition and skill development. The key is to systematically assess your current learning practices, define clear objectives, choose effective strategies, and continuously iterate and improve. Start by evaluating what's working well and what needs to change in your existing learning methods. Identify areas for improvement. Next, establish measurable learning goals that align with your organizational or individual needs. Be specific about what you want to achieve. Then, select proven accelerated learning techniques like spaced repetition, attention management, and multisensory engagement to help you reach your objectives. Finally, pilot the accelerated learning plan, gather feedback, and continuously refine the approach over time to optimize the results. The key is to take a strategic, structured approach to transform your learning and development. We're starting our accelerated learning pilot today with a small, representative group of learners. This will allow us to test out the approach and get valuable feedback before scaling it to the full organization. As we go through the pilot, we'll be closely monitoring the group's progress, learning outcomes, and engagement. We'll use the data and observations from the pilot to identify areas where we can improve the accelerated learning plan. Based on what we learn, we'll make targeted refinements to the content, activities, and delivery to optimize the approach for better results. The goal is to iterate quickly, incorporate feedback, and fine-tune the accelerated learning experience before rolling it out more broadly. The Accelerated Learning Program is a key initiative for our organization, so it's critical that we continuously measure its effectiveness. We need to assess the impact of the program. What are the outcomes and results we're seeing from participants? Analyzing the data and feedback will help us identify areas where the program can be improved or refined. Based on these insights, we'll be able to iterate on the program design and content to ensure it remains engaging and impactful for learners. This iterative process of measure, analyze, and refine is essential to optimizing the accelerated learning experience over time. The goal of this presentation is to discuss how to effectively scale accelerated learning programs across an organization. We'll start by highlighting the importance of piloting and iterating on your approach before scaling it up. Next, we'll cover the key elements of developing a comprehensive roadmap to guide the scaling process. Equipping your instructors and facilitators with the right skills and ongoing support is crucial, so we'll dive into strategies for training the trainers. Finally, we'll explore how to leverage technology to enable remote and self-paced learning, enhance engagement, and streamline the scaling process. Throughout the presentation, we'll provide practical tips and real-world examples to help you successfully scale accelerated learning in your organization.